What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. Today we're going to be doing Tomioka Giyu versus Akaza. So someone has been requesting over and over Giyu and Tanjiro versus Akaza, but I couldn't fit Tanjiro into the page. So hopefully this will get you started at least, and if you want to add Tanjiro somewhere, if you're able, you can. But whoever was requesting this requested it a lot, but this is the best I could do. So let's give it a go. Landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. We will start with Tomioka over this side, right? So Akaza's launching himself this way, and Giyu's kind of drawing his sword, about to strike, right? So center point of my page about here, up over to the right, and we start with the nose. So we'll go this sort of L shape, face and profile. I like to start with the nose. Right, like that. It's like an L or sort of a letter 7, right? And then his brow comes out from the top. So you curve this around, you kind of turn it into a Z, going that way. And then we'll add a nostril just there. And roughly, if you know where the brow nose is area, you'll know where his eye is, or his eyebrow's up slightly higher, but his eye will be across from here. So you'll go diagonal up and across to the back. And we'll thicken this up, right? Like so. And then his eye, or his bottom eyelid at least, we'll go here, back up to there, right? You can thicken this up a little bit, but not as much as the top, just a little. And I think Tomioka Giyu has like some lines just on the edge of his eye, like here. So his iris is real big blue eye, right? So it's at the front, comes down, and then goes around here. And it's just blue, there's no pupil or anything. So it's just like shaded blue. And then above there we have his eyebrow. Goes up, back, like that, just goes across. And then we'll thicken it up on this end. You add this sort of angle to it, and then skinnier on the way back to there. And you just color that black. And then eyelid line, add one sort of here, like so. I think I'll flatten this off a little bit here. Right, so then go down to the nose, top lip comes out from there, back in. Bottom lip then sticks out a little bit. Around, like so. And then his mouth just kind of goes real flat and down there. His chin, down, around, and then up for his jaw. And then they have these shadows, this triangle shadow on their bottom lip in Demon Slayer. So his hair, right? So he's all about the fringe. So we've got long hair spikes. One comes down across his eye nearly. Like this. Another one here. Like so. And then another one here. To there, in, like so. And then a long one comes down his cheek to there, down his neck, covers his jaw, back there. And then a couple down here. Right, like that. And the ponytail goes behind his head. So we'll go back out to the front and we'll see if we can add few more going down this way. I think this one sticks out here like that, and then we keep going down behind his head, just that way. So then back of his head kind of goes up this way. It might go off my page a little and then go back to there, back in, down, that way, there. And he's got a ponytail that sticks off this one. It's just these spikes, right, that go off the back of my page. A few more room. There's just a few spikes back here, and then they come back into his shoulder, which goes down that way. So we'll do his body now. So his neck comes down there. His collar then curves around his neck, like so. And then a dark shadow, like that. And maybe like a neck muscle line. We might not see it actually. Maybe coming down, where would his ear be? Here. So let's guess. We'll just add something there like that. And then his collar, that white collar, it's like, you know, comes down in a box-like shape and then around the back. And this has like a center line going up the middle. And then some more lines that go around this way. Kind of thing like that. So then his kimono curves down to about there, meets his hand, which is about here. And then the other side, the red side, goes around like his shoulder, so like out here, down. We stop there, we meet the sword. And there's a piece of hair that sticks down this way. So his other shoulder, drawing the sword, right, so it goes out this way, and his elbow sticks out, kind of bumps out that way, right? So he's drawing the sword this way, and Akaza's coming in on him that way. So we have a button there, and another one here, and another one here, and then a pocket up here, like so. And this goes down like that, and then you'll have some lines like so, and then just some sort of faux lines on his clothing. Okay, so before we do any details, we'll try and get these hands in the right place, okay? So one hand and sword, right? One is drawing the sword this way, and then the other is holding onto the hilt, okay? So it'll just go top of the hand here, right? Goes out, down, and it'll go behind like that. And then his sleeve goes down off my page, and this goes down off my page that way, and then this goes up, and then the sleeve goes off that way, right? So that's the top of his hand, and then his finger kind of goes down here, right? Goes off my page, and you could have some more sort of hand lines going in around here. Then the hilt of his sword that he's holding, just there. And drawing the sword out of it. So you could use a ruler for this bit if you wanted, but it's kind of a curved line anyway, so it goes this way. And then another line on that. And then we have sort of a brass end or something, like it has this line on it like that. And then the hilt is here, so kind of like a rectangle. Like so. Okay, and then the handle goes out from there, so the fingers are on top of it. So say like the thumb. So the thumb comes around. Like that. And then fingers on top. 4. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and a little finger 4. And this comes back in, round. Not a lot of detail in the fingers in this picture, so it's kind of easy. Just comes around. Like that, and then around there. And no fingernails are drawn in. Right, so that's basically the hand there. And then the sword, so the handle of the sword. So we'll go out to the end. So the end is like here. This comes down, right, like that, and then we'll go back to here. Now you could use a ruler if you wanted. Let's see, I'll try and wing it. So we'll go. Kind of like that, and then this cap on the end with a jewel or something there. Right, if you can make it kind of bumpy, because the handles on sort of samurai Japanese kind of swords have this rope wrapped around them, so I just make it kind of bumpy looking, and then it'll go in that way. Right, and then we add these diamonds if you want. Like that, and these sorts of lines then, just to show there's a bit of texture. Right, and then so rest of his hand, so the bottom of the hand, like this kind of W shape, joins the thumb there, and then his white sleeve comes around, goes in underneath the hand, and then his red sleeve back that way around the arm, and the arm kind of goes back into that sleeve that way somewhere. Kind of disappears, goes down there. That goes down. This comes down. And then we got like some faux lines on his clothing there. Another one going that way, that way. Something else coming down here. One going up towards the shoulder. That's all red. And then, so optionally, you can draw in all those cubes. Now, I'll just go for it, right? They're basically interlocking cubes. So I'll do like a line of them. So we'll do the first one. So we go like that. And then this goes down from there, down. Right? So one cube. And then they're all connected basically. So another level of them here. And you just go the whole way down, right? So like diamond coming off that one. Then that goes down. And this goes down to there, down, up, there, right? You can see all three of those. But he does have like some folds and stuff is like all messed up and stuff. So, you know, some of them aren't completely straight. Like this one going around his shoulder. This one. Because you have to have folds on clothing just or it won't look right, basically. So there's like a fold, say here, and maybe following this line here, right? It's like his sleeve and then a fold going that way. So that means these are like bending and stuff. So it's kind of tricky. So we'll go down to there. Just kind of follows that. There. There. And then that's that big one. And then there's like another one here going off this way. All right, so keep going. So one here, one here. What's this one? That's that. This goes down. To there. Then a diagonal line that way. This comes down here. And then we go up, across, down, across. And then some more down here. So kind of just adding these box lines. And then some of the boxes have lines inside them, right? So like every other one. So this comes down like this kind of thing. So that, and then this one. So down like so. And then, yeah, this one. Then this one. Seems to be something there. That's that one. Something else here. Do. Right. I think that'll have to do. Let's just draw Tomioka. So he does have some more spikes up here. But they're done in like shadow. But I'll draw one in, right? So he seems to have one that like sticks off here and goes back up towards the top of his head. Like that way. Kind of like that. Right? And there's some shadows and stuff inside there, but you have to do that with color. So let's do Akaza. So let's see. So I've kind of drawn Akaza in this pose before when he's fighting Rengoku. So he's throwing himself this way, so we can just see like his shoulder and some of his body, and then his head like flying here. Right, mouth open, he looks real happy and stuff. So we'll start with his nose, just across from, it's about in line with Giyu's mouth, right? So again, a sort of an L, right? So like curves that way, but it's not like really pointy. It's kind of a little bit round on top. So it goes down like that, right? So this kind of L shape. And then the brow curves out here. So you've got like a Z or an S. Then his nostril. And then his forehead. Up that way. So it goes up. So his eye, real big eye, right? So just right across from this sort of brow area, right? We got like the front of the eye, and then it spikes back this way. And his eyelash lines are pink and drawn in. So we've got these hairy spiky ends. Right, and they kind of have these spikes on them here as well. As you go down, they get thinner. Down to like there. Bottom, sort of similar, right? So it goes back, spiky kind of thing. Like that. And then the back of his eye drawn in here. His iris, kind of, where did I put it? Just like here. An oval sort of thing. Like that. And then you can't really see what's, you know, the lines in his eye, but we'll just draw something like that. And then his eye's all cracked. So there's writing inside his eye, but you can't really make it out because it's so small. But his eyes have all these crack lines in them. Like that. So his eyebrow, right, so it's a real long sort of tick, right, so it'll say he's frowning real heavy. So where we put it? We'll put it here. And you go all the way up and back. So we'll go from here, right, and then up vertical and then back to there. And it's real thin on the end. And then goes back down to the front. Like that. And you could see a bit of like an eyelid line or something here, going back that way. So go back down to his mouth. So he's launched himself forward this way, right? So the line for this goes back like this way. So his top lip kind of sticks out, goes back into there. And his mouth is open, right? So that means this will go back this way up to like, kind of like a smiling line. And then we open it up, bring it down like that. And his bottom lip will come down and in towards his chin there. We just add the teeth inside. So we can just see like a sharp line there like that. And then that curves around. And we're kind of looking up. His head is like tilted back this way. So you can see like the other side of the teeth inside his mouth. Like so. And then the side of his mouth comes down. And his bottom teeth here with a sharp fang. Like that. And you can see his tongue going there. So then his chin pops out. Goes around. And then underneath for his jaw that joins his neck. And then in Demon Slayer they have this sort of shadow like on their chin or on their bottom lip. Right, so that's the features for his face. Go back up the top and just add his hairline. So you just add this kind of zigzag line that comes around like this. And it'll meet sort of his ear sort of here somewhere, right? So his ear is quite big, so it goes around like so and into there, right? And then you'll have a jawline, just like a curving jawline, just there like that. And there's a bit of a shadow underneath his ear, so like a neckline here and then like a shadow. Like that. And then ear lines on the inside. So like I always say the easiest way is like this letter J sort of thing. Just to get you started. And then you can add more or less detail. It's kind of up to you. Right? Something like that. And then the rest of his hair. So he seems to have two sort of layers. He's got like a fringe layer of short pink spikes. Right, like this. Going around like that. Might have some, you know, texture lines and stuff on them. And then there's a second layer, so it starts here and then it'll go back. all the way back around behind his neck. And his shoulder, somewhere back here. It actually sits on his neck, right? So it'll go back in towards the ear then. Like so, and then you could have some texture lines and things back here. I know he has all those tattoos on his face, but we'll just get the main anatomy drawn in first. So, neck comes down, Adam's apple sort of here, curves out for his collarbone sort of there. And then this goes down for his chest. And his chest kind of flies off back this way, right? So that you'd have like a chest muscle there, and then starts of abs and stuff, like so. Then the back of his neck will go off there. Shoulder muscle, big shoulder muscle here. Down like so. And then the other deltoid sort of shoulder muscle line there. Shoulder kind of joins the chest, and then the underneath shoulder going this way, and bicep line maybe going there. So that means we got some anatomy here. So this goes that way, and then bicep sort of going that way. Right, so that's his arm. Going back there, he's like throwing himself forward. This would be his armpit, so that's like goes down and meets the chest down here. So he's got a purple vest which comes around his shoulder here. It kind of flows back this way over his chest. Well, it goes around his arm even. How far does that go? I think that's wrong. Sorry. Oops. Do that again. Mistake. Sorry. So then this goes out. Down this way. It goes actually past this. So that's that line. Yeah, there. I'll just wait for that to dry. Sorry, I used Tipex there, so I gotta wait for it to dry a little bit. Wait, no, there we go. So it actually goes past that chest line. There's another shadow maybe underneath his armpit here. Like so. Right, and then the collarbone line just runs up this way, and you'll have some hatching just there, and then we have another sort of neck muscle line. It comes up from here. So then all those blue tattoos that follow the sort of shapes of his face and his muscles and all that kind of stuff. So we've got 3 on his face coming down here. So say 1, 2, 3, and these run back into his eyelashes. So 1, 2, 3. 3, and then 3 back here. 1, 1, 2, and then another. there's one on the front here. Follows his nose onto his nose. There. And then loads on his neck, right? So just kind of bump over his neck here. One, and then, wait, one, many, two. So this one. This one kind of goes down his neck there. Down his neck here. These are all that dark navy blue color. Okay, and then keep going, don't stop. Where is this? So here on his arm, coming down. His bicep there, going that way. Along it here. Doop. There, there, there. Blue, blue. Going that way. So that's his vest. And then, oh yeah, on his chest. That, and then a couple more just on his chest down here, it looks like. Two of them. Right, and there's more down his body that way, but in general, that's it. That is how to draw. If you want, you can add like some debris and stuff coming in, but in general, you know, some whoosh lines, as I like to call them. You know, maybe some rocks in the air. That is how to draw Giyu versus Akaza. I hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.